Welcome back, everybody. It is week 34 of the Full Deck Challenge 3 run by Shana at Shana Art. And our prompt today is Happy Scraps. And in her video last week, when Shana gave us this prompt, she hinted that Happy Scraps was something quite specific. And so I searched through the videos on her channel at Shana Art and found a video where she makes what she calls Happy Scraps. Now I'm going to let you have a look and see how they're made, but I have made a couple of piles of Happy Scraps. I did video the process for making these, and I will be putting that video out in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be doing a scrap busting series of videos, so that will be included in there. But in the meantime, do search Shana Art for Happy Scraps and you will find a video talking about how these are made. So here's my Happy Scraps. Here's my card for this week. This is my card from last week. This was a very personal card, actually. It was song lyrics, and the paper that I used and the song lyrics were both from our wedding. So there you go. A carryover from that, I'm not sure. But, you know, I'm often not, and often something comes to me as I'm working. So I might do something. It may be actually that the heart shape is my carryover for this week, just thinking about it, but we will see. So that's last week's card. That's this week's card. I'm going to start off by using one of these bundles of Happy Scraps. Maybe this one. And I have a piece of scrap paper here. And I'm going to start off by using, excuse my arm, using my matte gel medium. And I'm going to glue the Happy Scraps onto here to make quite a solid background. So we'll do that, and then I'll come back and tell you what I'm going to do next. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So now I have my base piece of paper made with Happy Scraps. I have a couple of dies here that go through my Cuttlebug, and I'm actually going to use these to cut some hearts from this. So I'll be back in a moment. Right, so as you can see, I have run that piece of paper through the Cuttlebug with that little die, and look at these hearts, aren't they great? So, you know, we've gone from scraps to something really quite beautiful, and of course each one is different, but lovely little background pieces there. Whilst I was doing it with the leftover bit, I also ran a little flower die through the machine to see what that would come out like. And I think, you know, layering these up and making, you know, flowers with perhaps a brad in the middle, again, you know, lovely idea, ready-made backgrounds. All right, so I'm going to use my hearts today. And I'm debating whether to put anything more on these, but I don't think I will. I think what I might do is I'm going to pick a couple out, and I'm going to put some clear embossing powder on them, just to lift them a bit. The other thing you will notice is that I have collaged my this week's card with some book paper, and this was just some coffee dye book paper. It was on my desk, so that's what I used, and I have then used this gorgeous iridescent acrylic paint in the pink colour. You can see how that catches the light, and I have painted the background there. Okay, so let's find my embossing powders. Right, as you can see, I have the hearts all embossed, ready to go, and that's just added some shine and some interest to those. I've also pulled out a couple of buttons because a button is my constant item, and you will notice I've pulled out some washi tape, and I've put the washi tape across the bottom here just to ground what I'm going to do. And I have picked these colours. I've chosen the colours which are sort of the most prominent on the hearts. So I've got the pinky purple and the mint, and then also the cream of the background paper. And I was playing with a whole load of different button options, and I suddenly found, look, this fits right in the middle there. So my idea is that I'm going to use this and create almost like a bouquet of hearts coming out from the vase-like structure here. So something like this. So I'm going to play with those and think about what else I want to do, if anything, on the back of the card. And we'll see what we end up with. For this week. Oops, still a little bit sticky. So we are on week 34 of the Full Deck Challenge 3, and this week our prompt was happy scraps, and I've used happy scraps to make these hearts. The heart shape was my carryover from last week, and my buttons are my constant item. So there we go, guys. I hope that has made your heart smile. I will be back next week with the next card in the Full Deck Challenge, and in between there will be some new stuff coming on my channel, so do check that out. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Ka kite anō.